is different for everybody, you know, but I feel like my time is now, though.
Girl, it looks like Tia Mowry is salty about all of the attention her ex-husband Cory Hardrict is getting and how his career is prospering.
Never cheated, period. So there you go. You wanted your answer, so there you go. All right, so get back to your business. So there you go. You got your answer. You got your answer, right? All right, cool. I ain't said that for 8 months, but I just answered you right there. So there it is. So that wasn't it. So you got something else to say? You got something else to say? All right, then. There it is.
After his divorce from Tia, Cory stepped out, popped off, and was recently in the prime blockbuster film Divorce in the Black. And he's letting everyone know that he is back out here on these streets. Now, as for Tia, she's been out and in these streets doing her little thing on TikTok with the dances, voiceover reels about being single and dating, and announcing she's in her 401 phase since she became a single woman again.
You actually see this as
a celebration.
A celebration.
I really do. I look at it as one of my friends, she sent this beautiful letter to me from a woman who got a divorce. And it's all about, you know, this perspective, in my opinion, and just changing the narrative. You know, my marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Cory some beautiful, amazing children. Yeah. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration.
Meanwhile, Cory took more of a demure backseat and was virtually silent when Tia's fans were sneak dissing him and calling him brokey and living off Tia's money. They couldn't believe he fumbled a woman like Tia, and some fans started to say that he must have cheated on her, because why else would she suddenly file to end her marriage after 14 years? But now that he's more settled and earning more money, Cory isn't going to let Tia continue to drag his name through the mud, and he's coming for anyone who claims he disrespected his wife or marriage and couldn't provide for his family while they were still together.
But my whole thing is my real life is my real life, and you know, I've never been that way. Even being in a situation married, I always protected my kids, and you know, I protected her as well, because I feel like that's a man's duty. You know, whether you're together or not, is to always protect her, even though, no matter what's going on. I don't fall into the pressure. Like, you can't pressure me into putting no one down and saying this is what happened or they did me like. Never that, you know. It's always gonna be unconditional love with me.
Tia. She was out here saying a whole lot of nothing, but people ate it all up and backed her up when the news of their divorce first broke in 2022. In fact, it was Tia that made the announcement with a post on IG, and it was one of those moments where a lot of people felt blindsided. Just a few days before the announcement, Tia was talking about what they were going to wear for Halloween as a family. She was sharing goofy interactions with her husband. Girl, what happened? That being said, the timing of it all was just weird. And her sister Tamara was about to launch her memoir on October 4th. So for Tia to file for a divorce just the day before knowing that she was going to be taking a lot of media attention away from her sister was also a bit weird. Like, what was so urgent that she had to leave her 14-year marriage with a man she's known for 21 years? Well, for Tia, her marriage was a curriculum, and she graduated with flying colors and was named valedictorian, apparently. And initially, it was like Tia got her groove back and wasn't wasting any time showing the world that she was so much better without her man. But now, things are looking very different, and people are starting to see just how Tia may have been the messy one in this relationship.
Tia Mowry give Cory Hardrict back to the streets. I'm like, girl, did you really give him back to the streets? Y'all couldn't take maybe 3 to 4 years apart, 5 years to kind of separate and come back to each other, because the streets, they're gonna welcome him with open arms. And what I'm seeing is that he's a good-looking man. You know, he's working. He seems like a good man, because since their divorce, I have not heard him say anything bad about her. She's thrown like a little shade here and there from her social media, from my point of view, because you can tell that they both heard and that they loved each other. But hey, she felt like the relationship no longer served her, so that's what it is. But I'm like, girl, I hope it wasn't a rush decision and you're not gonna feel bad from a couple of years when he's like completely over you and have like someone you know, to rock with.
Now, Tia is finally realizing, like the rest of us single folks, that there is nothing out here in these streets, and Miss Girl has been complaining about it the whole time. Cory, on the other hand, isn't really on social media posting videos because he's trying to navigate this new chapter in his life after the divorce and no longer being in the house with his kids every day. Being in a relationship with someone since you were 22 or 23 years old is a heck of a long time, and Cory expressed his feelings about it. He said that it was only by God's grace that he was able to get through all of his grief. For a whole year, he would cry himself to sleep every night, and he had to direct his focus on being a good father to his beautiful children.
Because, you know, it's tough when it feels like you're going through something alone and no one understands, and, you know, no one's there for you. And it's just like, you know, when you're a man, especially a black man, they're like, oh, he's tough, he's strong. But you know, it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. You know, nobody see that.
Yeah.
Nobody see that.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, you live 5 minutes away from your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know Cory Hardrict know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Yes.
I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, it's like, I'm here and I'm still going.
And it looked like the divorce really took a lot out of him because Cory has always been a family guy. Not having the same structure that he's had for 2 decades is a painful reality, but he came out of it a lot stronger than he realized. And I'll have to admit, Cory is doing a lot better than most of us expected. Jobs are lining up for him, and he has that post-breakup glow about him, and women on social media keep wondering how Tia could leave such a good man just to be out here dating these dusties in the streets. Girl. Also, he bagged his biggest paycheck with Tyler Perry, and it's Cory's turn to live his best life. But baby, Tia is bitter about it. He said,
I haven't made in a film for 3 weeks.
Really?
Wow. Ever. And I worked on films 5 months, $75 million budgets. 3 weeks. That's why I say he's a gift from God.
He's an amazing human being.
From God, man.
And I don't think people realize, and maybe I'm wrong because I'm not in Hollywood, but doesn't that set a precedent? Once you get that, that's your
I hope so.
Your rate moving forward?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can just being honest. I hope so. I would love to, you know, double that or keep it pushing there and beyond. So, yeah, I feel like I'm on the right track for that.
Out of my peripheral, I saw Shayla go.
In the dating world now.
Oh my God!
What is it like out there for a single woman?
Do we have a shot of tequila? No. No,
I've been single for 5 years, so I don't know what this world is like out there. But I know it. But from what I see and from what I hear, it is tough.
It is very tough. I would say I've only been in the dating world for, I want to say 3 months now, and it is exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I want to throw the towel in. I'm like, what is wrong with, you know?
Tia has been all over social media trying to be honest about her dating experiences and admitting that it's been harder than she expected it to be. Dating one horror story after another. But seeing how much people are starting to back Cory and telling her how much she messed up big time has got her feeling some kind of way. And I'll admit, no one wants to be told by millions of absolute strangers that they made a major mistake. Well, apparently she couldn't just sit back and take the punches anymore. And the minute she got out of bed at 6:32 in the morning, Tia clapped back and said, quote, "Just because the dating life is complicated doesn't mean I'm going back to something that no longer served me. It's like saying if I don't book an audition or part right away, I'm gonna give up on my dreams as an actor. Please just stop. I ain't that weak. Please move on because I have. Thank you, next," end quote. But people clocked her faster than you can say sister and are massively trolling her online. Quote, "Congratulations, Tia is finding out the same thing that most married people already know. There is nothing else out here," end quote. Another commented, quote, "Well, I guess Cory graduated with honors because he's doing very well financially, professionally, and so on," end quote. Another commented, quote, "I think she thought the grass was greener on the other side of marriage and didn't realize how bad the dating market is right now," end quote. Tia talked a whole lot when their marriage was falling apart, and if Cory didn't step up and give us some idea about what was running through his mind when it was all going down, people would still be throwing shade at him and giving him major side eye. Well, now the tables are turning, and for the first time in years, Cory is having the spotlight, and I hope he enjoys every minute of it while it lasts. But what do you guys think? Is Tia already regretting leaving her marriage? Let's talk in the comments and make sure you watch the next video.